Thinning hair is something many of us women quietly struggle with, whether it's overall thinning, at the crown, or at the hairline. Greetings, my friends. Today is the second in our mini series, Hair Helpers, and this week we're talking about toppers. Over the years, I've been asked by countless women about toppers, among other hair helpers. And the truth is, they've come a very long way, and especially in the last few years. Hair toppers can be absolutely wonderful tools when they're chosen properly. But there's a lot of confusion around them. Different types, different fibers, different sizes, and how each one can actually work best for you. Essentially, toppers are worn with your own bio hair, unlike wigs that cover your entire head. This makes them lightweight, allows for a full variety of styling options, and when done well, are virtually undetectable. I'll show you a few of the most common styles and explain the simple principle that makes them look and feel natural. But first, speaking of different fibers, toppers along with wigs, extensions, and scrunchies generally come in two different types. Human hair, or HD, or heat-defiant, also known as heat-friendly synthetic fibers. Heat-friendly or defiant fibers are lightweight and can be curled or straightened, much like human hair, and they return to their manufactured curl or straight style after shampooing. Personally, I prefer HD fibers because they're lighter in weight and very easy to manage. Toppers are trending more now because many women want partial solutions rather than full wigs. Thinning at the part line and crown is extremely common, and the newer bases look far more scalp-like and are lightweight. They are essentially becoming cosmetic tools, much like makeup, enhancing what's already there rather than replacing it. Hair helpers are simply style support through volume engineering. So think of them as hair assistants rather than hair replacement. Now let's take a look at the main types. 1. Coverage toppers. When the scalp is showing, for example, a widening part line or at the crown, the best topper types for these situations are silk-based toppers, lace-based toppers, and polyurethane skin-based toppers. These pieces are designed to create the illusion of a natural scalp where your own hair has thinned. They sit directly over the part or crown, have 3 or 4 tiny toupee clips, and use very fine lace or silk bases that imitate the scalp. Their purpose is simply to fill in density where the part looks wide. And a little clarification. Some toppers use what's called a PU skin, which stands for the polyurethane base, as it's a very thin material designed to imitate the look of the scalp, so the hair appears to grow directly from the skin. The trade-off, however, is that these bases are usually less breathable than lace, so some women find them a little warmer. Looking at volume toppers, when you have good coverage but want lift and fullness, perhaps the crown lies a little flat, the style collapses during the day, or fine hair lacks structure. The best topper types in this situation are mini crown volumizers or small clip-in crown toppers. These aren't really for hiding thinning hair, they're simply designed to add support and structure to the style. Next, there are blending toppers that are useful when hair is generally thin, but you still have a good amount of it. The best options here are mesh integration toppers or halo toppers. These allow your own hair to blend through the piece so everything looks fuller without looking like added hair. Interesting, this idea isn't new. Earlier hair work used what was called a postiche, and similar techniques have even appeared in films like Guarding Tess with Shirley MacLaine. Look closely next time. Fringe or topper bangs attach near the front hairline. They include bangs or fringe and are useful for covering thinning at the temples or front hairline. They blend into the rest of the hair and can create face framing without cutting your own hair. Years ago, I bought a topper and realized I could actually cut it into two pieces, a small fall for volume and a separate for fringe. Sometimes the best hair helpers come from a little creativity. Check it out. I'll leave the link to that video in the description box below this video. Another newer option you may see are hairline or frontal toppers that don't use clips at all. Some are supported by a very fine halo style cord that sits behind the ears and around to the back of the head. These can be very helpful for women experiencing thinning along the hairline where clips may be uncomfortable. Here are some topper tips for you to keep in mind. Number 1. First consideration when choosing a topper is the base size, as it determines whether it will look natural. Choose from 3 basic sizes. Smaller volumizer adds lift to the crown. Medium topper covers a widening part or thinning crown, or larger topper for more diffuse thinning across the top. Number 2, hair length or the style should be determined by what suits your body frame and face shape. Number 3, human hair or HD fibers? That is the question. Speak to your specialist for more details. Personally, I'm simply a fan of the HD fiber for manageability, staying power, and ease of styling, and the cost factor. Number 4, toppers are best placed about 1/4 to 1/2 inch behind the hairline, keeping it looking natural and helps prevent tension on the more fragile frontal hair. Number 5, a topper works best when the base extends slightly beyond the thinning area, so the clips can anchor into stronger hair. Otherwise, it tends to shift, resulting in a possible artificial look. And it also avoids risking more hair breakage over time. Number 6, many women assume toppers are only for severe hair loss, but they're often most helpful for fine hair that no longer holds a style, loss of density with age, or a crown that collapses with layered cuts. In other words, they're exactly the kind of style support many of us are looking for, and I've been personally using them for about 30 years now. And number 7, in my personal experience, toppers greatly reduce your grooming efforts and your styling lasts far longer, keeping it shaped beautifully. Mama likes. My philosophy, supporting the style, not changing the person. Toppers have moved away from the old replacement hair mentality. They function more like structural support, adding volume and reinforcing the style that's already there, which aligns beautifully with the way I like to think about hair. Toppers provide coverage, volume, or blending. The right one simply supports the style gracefully and practically. And in most cases, one well-chosen topper is all that's needed to support your own hairstyle beautifully and in the way that it makes you feel. Hair toppers aren't about changing who you are. They're simply about bolstering the style when hair needs a little help. When the size, the fiber, and type are chosen well, they can blend beautifully and restore the balance of any hairstyle. Now, I can tell you honestly that mine has been very helpful for me on bad hair days or when I've wanted to sport a classic French roll and my bio hair just doesn't have the volume for it anymore. I hope this video has given you a clearer idea of what to look for if you're considering purchasing a topper for yourself. As always, thank you for joining me, and be sure to come back for our next installment in this mini-series on scrunchies. Thanks for watching. Simple, smart, and oh so helpful. We'll see you next time.